Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Legends. On tonight's show, we are going to play a Crusaders version of Eyenie's token aggro spellsword. And how would we do that? Well, it's pretty simple. We did have 3 copies of Apprentice Necromancer that kept the spellsword deck together. All the rest of the cards were willpower cards, yellow color that is. So the Apprentice Necromancer was the only card, 3 copies of it, that held the spellsword together. So remove that, and what can you possibly add to make the deck into a Crusader? You guessed it. Crusader's Assault. So it's the same deck, but it has a huge advantage over the spellsword one. Come on. Must have figured it out by now. The advantage is card drawing. So we have Markman, Modcrab Merchant, Rebel Warden, Captain Patrol, a Cleric of Kind, 5th Legion Trainer, Gavel of the Ordinator, Helgen, Squad Leader, Priest of the Eight, Willy, Wheelie, Free Willy, Crusaders Assault, Eastmarch Crusader, Grey Viper, Brigand, Penitent Colossus Agent, Pit Lion, Resolute Ally, Dawnbreaker, Mercenary Captain, and Divine Fervor. So the only card that has been changed is the Apprentice Necromancer into Crusaders Assault, making the deck a Crusader deck. And the improvement in win rate is considerable and incredible. I don't think there's much to talk about how the deck works. We've already talked about Eyenie, but for those of you who haven't watched the video, please go ahead. I think it's 2 or 3 videos back. Watch that. It's a great insight on how token works. Quick crash course. You've got Divine Fervor, you've got Mercenary Captain, you've got Resolute Ally to buff your stuff. Combine it with 5th Legion Trainer. And you've got loads of card drawing mechanisms, which is Crusaders Assault, Eastmarch Crusader, Priest of the Eight, Mudcrab Merchant. And that's about it. And you can basically steal whatever keywords you want with Penitent Colossus Agent if you draw it on cue. Otherwise, I don't know, you just have to pull some stuff here and there, some workarounds. It depends, situational. But Crusader's Assault helps a lot. Why? Because you gain 2 extra damage and breakthrough. So on Slay and Pilfer, you draw 2 cards. And that's pretty important, because with Eynie's Spellsword, what I noticed over a lot of matchups, because I used that deck to get to Legends, and right before getting to Legends, I started losing with it, basically because there were decks that figured out how it plays and played mid-range, and they would just slay the tokens. So problematic, because I kept spawning and suddenly there were no cards in hand and no way to recover. With Spellsword, if you run out of cards, you are practically dead in the water, except if you keep like a Priest in the 8 in hand, and you suddenly get a Scouting Patrol to summon 2 willpower creatures and then play Priest of the 8, but that only gets you 1 single card, and that's that. But with this Crusader, things will get a lot more nastier, and because I'm going to showcase this, I'm not sure if anyone has showcased it before today. Most likely people will start spamming it, and most likely the guys that are currently playing and thinking their decks will probably go back to huge control decks with mass removal to basically eliminate this threat. So we're kind of working on shifting the meta a little bit. So please help me, guys. Let's all of you play Crusader and Spellsword. Depends on your preferences. But right now, token aggro decks are at their peak because of so many buffing opportunities. So let's take this on the ladder. We are already in Legends, so we'll play some matches in Legends and have fun with it, and I hope you guys will enjoy as much as I will enjoy it. And starting our first game against a Degas deck. So we're gonna be meeting all Legends players from here on out. Probably we will still be matched with, I don't know, maybe some rank 1 or rank 2. Depends on how many people are available in the matchmaking queue at the moment. Okay, so that's most likely a Manic Jack. We don't have the ring, but that's not a problem. We'll drop Helga next turn and attack twice. Or maybe just once. Tricky. But I do want to play Helga Crusader. Also have a scouting patrol. I need to anticipate my opponent correctly, so I'll play Helgen in the field lane. We could see a Vigilant Ancestor drop, and that will be problematic, because we have no way in trading with it. Very interested to see what will that Harpy do. Game? Don't tell me we lost connection again. Oh man. Yeah. Nothing's happening. I'm very skeptical about it. I mean, it's most likely a connection problem, even though I don't see the connection problem icon in the lower left side of the screen. So be right back. Okay. Don't tell me we've lost the round. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so there's Manic Jack in the field lane. Harpy traded with that Imperial Grunt. Let's use Cleric of Kine and give some more HP to Helgen. So my opponent, in order to trade with Helgen, will have to play Manic Mutation and an additional keyword. Or maybe like just a Degas Dagger. Wow, okay. I need some Penitus right now. That Manic Jack will probably trade into Helgen. No. It actually makes sense. Yeah, he couldn't have killed Helgen with 5 HP. So it's a good thing we use Cleric of Kine to buff it up. How do we deal with this? We have no way of stealing that drain keyword. So it looks like we will have to sacrifice Helgen. Actually, it won't die. But my opponent will surely trade into it. Let's see what we get. A Marked Man. Actually, Marked Man is pretty good. Such a bad play from my side. I should have played Marked Man into the field lane. That way, would have had 3 damage to trade into Queen. Now I can't kill the Queen. Not immediately. I mean, actually I could. Yeah, I can't buff that Imperial Grunt to take out Queen. Well, I'll just have to sacrifice Helgen then. Let's drop Divine Fervor. And let's push all the damage to face. No prophecy yet. Okay, and Cliff Racer. Cliff Racer removing my 3 damage creature. Let's drop Resolute Ally.
Leave nothing.
We will ignore the Cliff Racer. And we'll drop Eastmarch Crusader. And we've got Gavel of the Ordinator. So what happens now is that my opponent cannot escape lethal, at least on this magical level. Only 6 magic available. It's going to be pretty hard to block everything. Yeah, good trading there. A giant bat. Oh my god. Shadow Shift, keeping the bat safe, but not too safe because we can't skip the last rune with Gavel, so it's game over. So we managed to overpower mid Degas. I think it was mid Degas. So good game. Oh, into our second game, and we're playing against a Crusader. Let's see if this Crusader is going to be a mirror of my own. We've got Willy, we've got Penitus, and we've got Crusader's Assault. All the necessary ingredients for a fast trip down winning lane. Willy is pretty hard to remove, guys. All clan captain in the shadow lane. Okay, so he's probably going to nest in there. Let's draw a card. We got another Willy. Free Willy. Free Willy. Let's see what my opponent will summon. And it's Northwind Outpost. So it's a very aggressive Crusader. Let's deal 2 more damage. And lay down Brigand. It'll trade favorably. Uh-oh. Riyadh Horseman. So it may be an item Crusader. With Northwind Outpost, and most likely with... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. With Nord Firebrands, of course. I wanted to say before my opponent applied his Steel Scimitar. Let's add some Imperial Grunts. And let's use Crusader's Assault to get rid of that big buffed up Old Clan Captain. Resolute Ally, and we're going to end our turn. Execute. Oh, that's a very good decision not to lay down the token generator. The Khajiit, the 1 cost, probably would have been removed instantly. How to deal with that? Let's apply Dawnbreaker. It's going to be a Dawnbreaker loss, but at least we will survive. Okay. Let's drop down the 5th Legion Trainer. I'm already down to 13 HP. So probably another Northwind Outpost. Oh, and some charged creatures will finish me off quickly. Silence. Why? You didn't even get to buff things. Not even cool, man. Okay, so I got 6 Magicka. 6 Magicka, I can play a lot of things. Want to buff things up with the Resolute Ally. So I'll try to drop stuff on the board. As many as I can.
The Mages Guild gave this one a home. This one will never forget.
Let's drop Marked Man in the field lane. With Makeshift Defense and Resolute Ally, trade in the Silenced 5th Legion Trainer. And we got ourselves a nice little board. And next is going to come up Divine Fervor. We're going to be at 7 Magicka. And we got Cleric of Kine. We also have Mercenary Captain, but we can't play Mercenary Captain combined with 2 other creatures. That will be 8 Magicka. So I'm going to drop Divine Fervor, and I will buff... I will buff the Makeshift Defense. My opponent is down to just 2 HP. So it's 2 HP versus 8 HP, and considering that my opponent packs items, I'm not sure if he packs Guard Breaker. Sorry, Shield Breaker, that's the correct name for the item. But we know he does pack silences. Maybe a silence combined with a Steel Scimitar. That will be exactly 8 damage, and that will be the end of us. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what we'll get. Even an Orcish Warhammer, I think... nope, it does not go lethal. But a silence will do. Yeah, there's a silence. I'm guessing that was the only item he had. Which means it's game over. My opponent concedes. A great game. A great little game. Okay. We're back for more. Ooh. We've got Helgen, Squad Leader, 5th Legion Trainer, and Marked Man. Perfect recipe for destruction, at least early game. That is, if Helgen doesn't get silenced, or maybe, I don't know, a Bolt Prophecy. That would be pretty bad. Mercenary Captain right on cue. We'll see what we can do. Basically, the Makeshift Defense is the sacrificial tool to get rid of that. Sorry, to proc the Mercenary Captain. Now, what to do, what to do. I'm gonna lay down Helgen, Squad Leader, in the field lane. I will buff it up a bit. Let's drop Marked Man and Makeshift Defense in the Shadow Lane. It'll get 1 attack from the 5th Legion Trainer. Excellent in trading with that item crawler. Yeah, that's a perfect description for that card. Pilfer, draw an item from your deck equal to the creature's attack. Oh my god, what did just happen? Well, you know what they say. It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. Hopefully we won't be the one losing the eye. But Gagahead wasn't on the luckiest of the tables. Probably that that guard there just basically ruined every chance that he might have an opening, and considering the next turn would have been 3 Magicka, I guess he probably figured out, like, yeah, he's definitely got some nasty stuff. He'll buff these up, and I can't do anything. So it was pretty sweet. Have 3 Magicka with the ring charge, so
You fight like a child.
let's drop Mudcrab Merchant and Heretic Conjurer. Yeah, it's not gonna help us very much. We will choose Inspiring Kinsman. This could buff our stuff really, really good. Depends on if my opponent has the Sorcerer's Negation in hand. But hopefully the Sorcerer's Negation will be played. Nope. I hoped played on the 5th Legion trainer. But a removal nonetheless. So that's 1 less removal in my opponent's hand. Let's drop Helgen, squad leader, and buff it up. Fortunately, without the 5th Legion trainer, it's just going to be a 2 attack for now. These Imperial Grunts should better help, at least next turn. Now, the problem with buffing Helgen's squad leader is that you may trigger a Rune, Prophecy Javelin, or Lightning Bolt, and Helgen's squad leader will most likely bite the dust. Well, fingers crossed, you know what they say. Hope for the best, die like the rest. Shrieking Harpy on the Helgen Crusader. Yeah, so that's definitely a threat. My opponent wants to get removed, or at least shackled for now. And probably removed later. Oh, there's a prophecy. Just like I said. A javelin. And it targeted the Helgen squad leader. Most unfortunate. Inspiring Kingsman, I think should help a little. We don't have many cards in hand, so that's a plus. If it doesn't get Sorcerer's Negation, it's going to be very, very fun. My opponent will start a game of trading right now, because that's the only thing that he can do, and actually he should do it. If he knows the deck, he knows what it is capable of. So be aware of players that target your tokens, and don't just ignore them, because those players know the deck, and they'll probably be on the lookout and try to remove as many tokens as possible before you manage to even buff them. So that's going to be a loss for you. Let's see what we can draw with Crusader's Assault, Marked Man, and Mercenary Captain. So we can drop 3 Magicka if we pop the ring. The 5th Legion Trainer and the Marked Man. Let's hit some more face for now. That's good. Opponent is already down to 12 HP. Ice Storm will not clear the board. So keep that in mind. If Ice Storm does hit the board, then Willy and 5th Legion Trainer will survive. And it will be 6 more damage. Now, next turn, 6 Magicka. Can't play both Mercenary Captain and Crusaders. Eastmarch Crusader. But maybe we can draw something good from Crusader's Assault, or we can risk it all and play a Mercenary Captain and try to lethal out. I guess that will be, yeah, the best approach. Problem is, the Shadow Lane just got crappy. But you know what I can do? I can play for 6 Magicka Willy, and then play... then play the Mercenary Captain. It'll buff everything. I will trade into that Emperor's Blade, meaning the Eastmarch Crusader will get buffed +2/+2, making it yet impervious to Ice Storm. Let's consume that. And... oh, 5th Legion Trainer will survive. And we can basically just go for face with the rest of the damage, leaving my opponent with just a 3 HP. Prophecy, it's going to be a Javelin, I'm so certain about it. But it won't even matter. Like, there's no card that can... it's a Javelin. There's no card that my opponent can play to completely block all the damage or remove everything from the board. Ice Storm is out of the question. It leaves 4 damage on the board. The Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper. Oh. Oh, come on, man. Focus is decent. He's a good guy. He's a good player. That's just a bit sad, I think. Well, then we will call this method the Alt F4 strategy. No, he came back. Honorable. Most honorable of you, senpai. We did it. Another win. Good game, Halforcus. Well, what can I say? This stack is something. It is incredibly good, and it's in a better, improved version of Eyenie's spellsword token aggro. So feel free to try it out and let me guys know what you think, if you got any improvements. And until next time, see you guys later. Cheers.